How you doing, Pisces? This is going to be your reading, your past life reading for April 2022. Now, this will be for Sun, Moon, and Rising. So make sure that you check your other placements for the to see if it resonates. Only take what does resonate. Don't try to make it fit. The reason that I'm doing past life readings is because they kind of show us how the past basically affects the present, as the present affects the future. So I'm going to do basically a 3-card spread. A lot of people don't seem to like long readings. I started out earlier in the month doing longer readings, so I've kind of dropped that down, and now TikTok is actually allowing you to do 10-minute videos. So it allows me to put more videos on there too as well, as opposed to actually editing them and then making them shorter or preview videos. So it's going to be, the reading's basically going to be for Sun, Moon, and Rising, as well as Venus and South Node. The reason that I'm incorporating South Node is because South Node basically governs the skills, talents, abilities, lessons that you have learned from the past, and that's what you do. That's everything you bring in. And mainly we're supposed to focus on our North Node, like learning new things, things like that in the present life. And some people don't necessarily believe in past lives, and some of them, with the recent, I'm not gonna say recent, there's no telling how long this has been out, but the actual multiverse theory, where they say everything is happening in the now moment, which I agree with that as well. So when I say past lives, I'm saying simultaneous lives as well, things that are going on in another reality. So okay, let's get on with it. So allow me to be a clear channel for Pisces past life messages. Please move my ego out of the way so that I can be a divine channel for these messages. Alright, Spirit. What does Pisces need to know in regards to their past life, April 2022? What does Pisces need to know in regards to their past life, April 2022? How is the past lives of Pisces affecting them collectively now in this moment for April 2022? So you had 2 come out. Alright. Alright, so spirituality and religion. So, Pisces are known for basically being, in a way, the way I would explain it is that you're known for being closer to God because you are governed by the water element. So in regards, it doesn't matter where in your chart that exists, but Neptune is your ruler. You're known for mysticism, chameleon-like abilities, being able to channel, being connected to the water element. That makes you a very powerful conductor of energy, and spirit is nothing more than energy. So when you're governed by the water element, you're able to basically channel more things if you actually work with those abilities. You're usually very intuitive. That is, if you don't let your Virgo analytical side take over, which will keep you from believing in certain things. I know at Pisces one time there was a triple trine Pisces, or triple water trine Pisces. So she had, well, I don't know if you really call it a trine, but her main 3 signs were all Pisces. So she seen everything as one, and so she could not even see how, like, she didn't believe in dimensions or anything like that, and which is ridiculous because you have to see a way of looking at things. But she was very accurate in a lot of stuff. But some of the things that the opposite sign Virgo, that's part of Pisces, that they'll say that opposites, that you're opposite, that you're really different. But just like an example of that would be like north and south are both directions. But as the Earth changes and tilts, one becomes the other. So that goes the same way with Pisces. Pisces, your shadow self is Virgo, so that can keep you locked into a disbelief or a more analytical energy, and it keeps you from exploring and expanding. And Virgos, sometimes their energy can be very small-minded, like they can't see the bigger picture. So it's no disrespect to you or them or anything like that, but you can miss out on some stuff. And really, being governed by those signs, you actually see what you're supposed to see. So it's not so much as a bad thing. It's just you come in and you're blessed with certain talents and gifts, as Geminis are blessed with certain talents and gifts, but you see certain things, and Pisces has skills and talents, and it makes them unique. Gemini has skills and talents, and makes them unique. So it's just the way that you see it, the way you actually really feel it. Y'all feel more than anything. But depending on, what your chart is, how your chart is governed. So spirituality and religion. So like a lot of you will be more into the New Age spirituality, and some of you are more, with traditional, archetypical figures like Jesus, and which, in the age of Pisces, which every 2,000 years there's an age, and each one of those ages is governed by an astrological sign. So now we're in between the Pisces, depending on who you ask, the age of Pisces and the age of Aquarius. So most people are picking up meditation, and they're doing things like that with energy and air and breathing exercises, as opposed to, in the age of Pisces, it was all about being baptized by water and receiving divine, cleansing and blessings and attunements that way. Now it's about breathing and pulling it in that way. So with each age, our beliefs and the way that we connect to the divine changes. So the age of Aquarius is all about, the water bearer and, humanity. But, one thing about Aquarians that I notice is they can be just like a Leo in a way. They can be very selfish. So that's actually what the Sphinx represents. It represents it. They think, it's been said that the Sphinx was actually built in the age of Leo and opposite Aquarius. So in a golden age. So it represents, basically the fire element and air element. But yeah, with each thing it changes, and so like I was saying, like with Pisces, your opposite is Earth. So everybody, you have to, water has to have Earth in order to exist. So whenever you're, whenever you're relating to certain signs or something like that, that's why you get along more with Earth or other water elements as opposed to other signs, depending on your chart. And so, but spirituality and religion, that's a big thing for most of you. Some of you don't believe it. Some of you are, I don't know. I can't really say that I've ever met a Pisces that was an atheist, though. So, that would be very interesting, and I'm sure that you exist out there. But whatever resonates with this reading, again, don't make it fit. Just, but that's basically what it's saying. Your religious beliefs and everything, it's carried over from another lifetime. So an example of that would be, say for example, you are you despise the Bible or anything to do with that. Like you know better. You know that those teachings are not correct or whatever. So you decide to be a Buddhist or whatever, or you're more spiritual than you are religious. And Buddhism is not a religion. Depending on who you ask, it's not really a religion. It's more of a spiritual practice. So, but very similar to religious studies and other things. So with that card, let's see, and then the other card that popped out, and I'll pull one more, ships. So again, how fitting, because it deals with the water element. So if you find yourself, and also fishermen, like they talk about, like even the Christ archetype that they talk about in the age of Pisces is interesting because it's represented by two fishes. So, and you'll see what would Jesus do in that little symbol that people put on the card. They're not even putting it together with astrology. So they're basically showing you how they say he was a fisherman. All that stuff is metaphorical. Not to say that didn't exist, but it's metaphorical. Everything in that age was about that. He was a poor fisherman. He was this or he was that. Or a carpenter. They say a carpenter. So where the wood comes in, that probably deals with the earth factor. So when another example of that would be Jesus born as to a virgin. Well, the virgin represents Virgo, so that's the opposite of Pisces. So it's pretty profound. And when I just started, you can look that up, like different ages, like astrological ages. If you look it up, like on Google, there's videos on it and everything. And I might actually do a video on that because I don't just do tarot. I have a lot of different other things on the channel, like just teachings and things that I've learned throughout life, and I plan to add a whole lot more. So if the readings were just something else, another service that I wanted to offer. So a lot of things can come out, come together with that. So basically ships. So some of you I get were pirates, and then some of you actually were just like a lot of you right now that I'm getting is that you actually let's see. Some of you have phobias because you've actually drowned, and you know, been on ships and things like that. But some of you I'm seeing, like, if you have a love for water, or if you have a phobia of water, just know that that's where that's coming from. It's coming from a past life. Some of you actually belong to families that fish, or that you go out on the lake. You go, you know, go out on vacation. You know, the family time is, you know, it's great for you. You love that. You love just being out there. You feel a stillness and peace. You know, I know a Pisces one time, when she would get freaked out, she would always take a bath. So I always thought that was kind of cool. She used the water element to cleanse her aura and cleanse her emotions, which emotions is what Pisces basically represents, and emotions is water. You know, it's a representation of water. That's why the moon in itself actually affects the tides of the ocean, and then oceans and emotions. So basically they rhyme. And so if you want, the ocean in a sense is like the collective emotion of the entire collective of everything on Earth. And so that, you know, and that's the way Pisces is. You know, it represents emotion. So Pisces is, you know, 12th sign of the zodiac, represented by the subconscious, or it represents the subconscious. So you are connected to each and every sign out there, and that's why some of you are seen as chameleons. You're seen as chameleons, and some of you are, you know, can be seen as liars, depending on, you know, who you ask. But at the same time, you know, I've seen it both. I can say that you're a liar too, but also at the same time, I could also say that you're just, you're the chameleon. You're becoming what's in front of you, or what you think, you know. In a sense, it's like, think of a lake, and then you look at your reflection in the lake, and then Pisces, that's what you become. So you become the reflection of everybody that you surround yourself with. So you can be very impressionable, and you really care. A lot of you really care what other people think, because you are those people in a sense. You become those people. So it makes sense. You can relate to a lot of people. All right. So just whatever resonates, take what resonates. You know, it's, you know, don't make it fit. Let me get another card for you. What other messages does Pisces need to know in regards to their past life, April 2022? So, transportation. So, a lot of you could have, you know, in past lives, you could have just, it could be any type of transportation, but, you know, a lot of it can be like, if you look at the card, it's showing like, you know, trains and things like that. So you actually might, in this lifetime, have phobias in regards to trains, or your family might work, you know, for railroad companies. You might own railroad companies. It just depends. But the ships and the ships is a form of transportation. So it could have been, you know, some of you could have been the creators of ships, you know, the very first ship. And it's just, I guarantee you, a lot of you now, some of these people that actually will tune in, I do feel that some people are actually, you know, ship makers, or your family, you know, basically owns luxury liners, or you are, you know, in a sense, you have taken many cruises. I mean, it could manifest in so many different ways. But if you want to know what the connection is to your past, that's what it is. That you, especially if it's very specific, like ships. If you know, put that card back up there again. So if it's like that, so you see how the transportation and the ships go together. So if it's like that, then, you know, then you understand the connection. And so the past life, it affects the present moment. So if, you know, you could be born on a ship. There could be so many different ways. Just take what resonates. But basically, Pisces, that's what I have for you in regards to your past life reading. If you want to book a personal, all that stuff is in my in the description box below the video. And then I can tune into your individual energy and tell you more. But again, you know, this is just a collective reading. It's not going to resonate with everyone because it's not supposed to. You know, the ones that actually tune in will probably get something from it. You know, depending on how long you watch. I'm actually shortening the videos for that reason. But anyway, so I will be back later in the month, before the 30th, because the 30th is a solar eclipse in Taurus. And so I am going to be doing videos on that. I don't know if I can't remember if I mentioned that in the first part of the video, but I know I did on Aquarius's reading. So that was the one right before this one. So I'm going to be doing that, and we're having, you know, just in case I didn't say it, I'm going to say it again. We're having we're having a solar eclipse in Taurus this month. And then in May, we're having, in the direct opposite sign, Scorpio, we are having a lunar eclipse. So I will be back to, you know, pull 2 cards for each eclipse. And I will also be basically look at your charts collectively and tell you for each sign. I'm going to do all signs video, one video, and basically, you know, kind of tell you how that's going to affect you in that way. So thank you for watching. I appreciate all your likes, shares, subscribes, and I will be back later in the month, so I'll see you later. Bye.